Hi there, and welcome back to Honeybear Ventures. This week, we visit Glen Canyon Dam and ask the burning question, what is happening to the Colorado River water? I'm at Wahweap Marina just out of Page, Arizona, and I wanted to share with you just how significant the water drop is here. When we were young, we used to come and go on houseboats and enjoy the lake, and I'm just astounded by how much it has dropped. So I'm just going to show you a little bit of that, and we're going to try and get a little information about what's happened. I know for this year, the snow level up north is just significantly non-existent. So even in Colorado and Idaho, they just haven't had any moisture this winter. And that, I think, is having a big impact on the lake. But it's getting so low that I think that they're concerned about it becoming a dead pool. And so we want to know more about that. Where I'm located, you can see lots of the houseboats are still out of the water, probably still preparing for the season. But it's a long way down there to get to the water. When I was younger, I had several opportunities to stay at Lake Powell, surrounded by family and friends. Sometimes on the shore and sometimes on a houseboat, it offered the kind of time that now feels impossibly far away. As I made my way down to the marina, I felt a distance between that moment and the life I live now. Reaching back into the far corners of my mind was harder than I expected. Back then, the lake brimmed in a way it no longer does. Seeing the water so low fills me with a quiet sadness, as though something once familiar slowly slipped away. And yet the memory remains. Loading carts with food and supplies, everyone pitching in, excited for the days ahead. And it lingers with a quiet sweetness that I find I long for today.
Well, that was great. I was able to visit the Carl Hayden Visitor Center here at the dam in Page, Arizona. And one of the volunteers shared information with me about the water situation here at the dam and what some of the terms are that we hear. You know, we hear dead pool, we hear what is the minimum for the power, and she explained it all. So I'm going to let you listen to her explain what all that means.
Hi, I'm Cindy Stafford. I'm a volunteer here at Glen Canyon National Recreation Area, and I'm going to explain just about full pool, minimum power pool, and dead pool for Lake Powell. Full pool is at 3,700 feet elevation. Our current elevation is, what do we say, 3,528, I think today, something like that. We're not expecting a lot of inflow from Colorado snowpack, which has been very minimal. So they're forecasting that we could hit the minimum power pool later in the year if there are no changes to water delivery. So our minimum power pool is 3,490, and that is another drop of 40 feet or so. We hope that doesn't happen, but we release quite a bit of water in the summer with people generating electricity for air conditioning. So the dead pool, which a lot of people are confused about and confuse it with minimum power pool, is another 120 feet below the minimum power pool. So our immediate concern is not dead pool, which we're seeing in headlines and is inaccurate. Dead pool is a concern. That's where we wouldn't be able to release water from these intakes that are below the generating power intakes. So right now, our concern is the minimum power pool. We'll wait and see what the Secretary of Interior has in mind for how the states are going to have to tighten their belts on water consumption in the basins.
And what are they doing right now, to try to conserve? Have they just lowered the power?
Well, they can produce a little less power because there's less head on, so they're not producing the intensity of the power, if you will. We're still releasing the amount of water they're legally required to release each day, but it sounds like we'll see the Secretary of Interior may have ideas about maintaining power pool here at Glen Canyon. So They say by October, I believe, that new decision will be coming down because the states, 7 states and 2 states in Mexico, have not agreed on how to share the water. And that it's expiring the end of December 2026. So the federal government can step in and make the decision and override the states. It will be held up a lot in litigation. There'll be a lot of lawsuits, is the forecast. The states are still negotiating, so it's possible they still will come to some agreement, although they've missed 2 deadlines so far.
I do want to remind you of one thing. There are signs around. No drone flying is allowed here at the dam. So if you are flying drones, just keep that in mind. You don't want to get in trouble for that. And don't worry, I did not find that out the hard way. I actually saw the signs.